be passing through Lima, but where to start? We have to suss out all these details, get things organized, get everything booked. Well, we are here to help you. We are gonna bring you a couple tips, some Lima travel tips on how to best organize your trip, things to keep in mind so everything is smooth sailing and you can enjoy your time in Peru. Woohoo!
Sam and Lucas, we run here in Lima a food tour company called Lima Gourmet. So
we're gonna take our shared knowledge and bring this together in the tips today.
Right. So let's start with what to pack. Our expert here.
That's right, the rolling method, right?
What to pack.
There are a couple things to keep in mind. So first of all, the temperature and the climate in general in Lima is pretty mild. So when you talk about your winter months, keep in mind that we are in South America. So the coldest months are really going to be July, August, and September. Your warm summer months are going to be around January, February, and March. It can start getting a little warm in December, but it's kind of one of those cuff months. So the seasons are important like anywhere. Another thing to consider is that it doesn't rain in Lima, so you don't really need to worry about umbrellas or raincoats. However, when you go to the Andes, if you're coming during rainy season, that is something you will want to keep in mind. However, in Lima, it doesn't rain, so you're good to go. Another little tip is layers. So while the temperatures are quite mild, so in the midst of winter, it gets around 60 degrees Fahrenheit. And at the height of summer, you know, we're talking about 80, 85. When it gets to be 85, we can see reports about frying an egg on the sidewalk. So it is very moderate, but you acclimate. So layers are gonna be your friend. You know, during the day, the transition between the daytime and the evening temperatures, you're just gonna wanna bring layers so that way you're prepared for it all. One more thing to keep in mind is that it's a pretty casual city overall, so you're good to go in fairly casual clothing. However, for going out at night, nice restaurants for cocktails, you're gonna wanna dress up a little bit. So not to any extremes.
You don't need a suit or
anything. But business casual, you know, a nice pair of even like flats, a cardigan, a blazer, you know, things to just dress up and give your casual look a semi-formal spin when you go out and enjoy a nice evening.
Yep.
Where should we stay when we come to Lima?
You want to be looking at 2-3 districts. Miraflores, loads of hotels, range of prices, good restaurants, attractions. Barranco, really cute, smaller hotels, more boutique, beautiful district. And San Isidro, also very good quality hotels, and it's a very safe area. So those three are the districts that you want to be looking at: Miraflores, Barranco, and San Isidro. So you got you packed, and you know where to stay. What to do in Lima?
Pretty important. So we can boil this down to the 3 C's. We have culture, we have the coast, and we have the cuisine. So in terms of culture, you have a fantastic museum called the Larco Museum, which has an enormous private collection of artifacts. You have the center of Lima, which is historic, has gorgeous architecture to step into the past. If we move on to the coast, you can take a beautiful stroll along the coast, especially in Miraflores and Barranco, as Lucas mentioned. You can also do some adventure sports, so paragliding, surf. You can really get up in that. You can even bike along the coast. And then the third one is cuisine. Lima has been the gastronomic capital, the culinary capital of the world for several years running, so you have to book some really nice meals there, or join a food tour. Now we know what to do, so how do we get there?
As soon as you arrive to Lima, the airport is about 45 minutes drive from Callao, where the airport is, to Miraflores. Our recommendation is that you either pre-arrange the airport transfer, or you get a taxi from the official taxi places inside the airport. Don't go outside, don't go to the street and take a taxi. It's just not the smartest thing to do in terms of security. Once in Miraflores, Barranco, once in Lima, there are apps like Uber, Cabify, Beat that work really well. In general, taxis in Lima are really cheap. Each average taxi ride is $2-3 for a 15-minute ride. So everything is really affordable in terms of transport. So you don't even have to worry about taking public transport because it is really not worth it because taxis are really cheap. The official currency here in Peru is sol, the sol. But in reality, dollars are widely accepted. Also, credit card payments. Most of the restaurants would accept credit cards. Taxis use the apps, as we said before, but if you stop a taxi from the street, you would need some cash. We recommend that you exchange some sols, some local currency.
They're especially like smaller stores and smaller boutique places that aren't going to necessarily take dollars or credit cards, that are just a little bit smaller. So it's a good idea to carry some cash on you and have exchange some cash.
For tipping as well. Restaurants, it's better, they appreciate if the tip is in cash. Normally at restaurants, talking about that, it's around 10%. It's not as high as in the States, around 10% in restaurants. The same for your tour guides and things like that. Around 10% of your tour value will be an okay amount.
So Lima is a city with almost 11 million people. It's like any place. You don't want to be, dropping bills right and left. You don't want to be wearing your big jewels. You don't want to be in a street where you don't find a lot of people or a lot of lighting and then you have your iPhone 25 out, no? So we just need to be mindful, right? It's kind of like common sense, in an urban area. So that's the thing. That's the thing to keep in mind. Other than that, when we talk about our well-being, so the water, a lot of people ask about the water. No, you don't want to drink the tap water, but at all restaurants, you will be offered bottled water, mineral water, so you're fine, you're good to go, but don't drink the tap water, right? Apart from
Ice will be okay.
Ice will be okay. Ice, especially at restaurants, it's from filtered water, so you're good to go. And one more little thing is, look, the sun is very, very strong in Lima, even during the winter months. So even if it's cloudy or overcast, you definitely want to go the extra mile and put some sunscreen on because the UV rays are very high, so you really want to take care of that. Also, soroche pills, so for altitude sickness, if you're thinking about going to Cusco, it's a good idea to get these altitude pills if you're interested in that while you're in Lima and take them before leaving to Cusco, because once you get to Cusco and you have this altitude experience, you want the pills to already have kicked in by that point. So those are called soroche pills.
And they are natural, so it's a good thing to take. We always take them when we go to Cusco.
But don't take this as medical advice. Consult your doctor before coming down.
Don't sue us.
I mean, after your trip, you want to remember what a fantastic time you had. So to keep the good time rolling, we recommend a couple things. So in terms of food, right, the gastronomic capital, culinary capital, the coffee is amazing, the chocolate, and of course the pisco, which hopefully you will get to try it during your trip.
The national spirit of Peru.
Absolutely, so wonderful. Another good idea is textiles. Anything with textiles, weaving, baby alpaca, those are going to be great things to pick up and take home. They're going to be a fraction of the price that you would get them abroad, and the quality is going to be great, right? And it's coming from the place of origin, which is always cool. And lastly, if you're looking for handcrafts, they have gorgeous little bowls called the Torito de Cucara, which is really stunning. It's a great gift, especially to give to other people. That is going to bring abundance to the home, a happy home, and also fertility for those looking to expand their families. So there's that. That's what you want to pick up.
Half of the people here.
Well, who knows? Who knows?
It brings abundance. It brings life.
Abundance in all its forms.
Yeah. Hope you found these travel tips to Lima useful, interesting. If you want to know more,
like and subscribe to the channel, and you can find all about Peru before your trip, or remember the best of it once you are back at home. Hope to see you in Lima.
Have a wonderful trip to Peru.